Hi, my name is Thomas Johnson, and I'm the founder and CEO of GetUpNGetFit Wellness Coaching Concierge. I'm also a C-suite advisor and investor, and you're listening to How May I Serve You, where I'm constantly on the quest to surround myself with the best coaches while learning how to better serve our executive clientele by asking them, How may I serve you? Today's show is sponsored by GetUpNGetFit, and GetUpNGetFit will be providing students with textbooks and school supplies in Cambodia in honor of our guest today, as well as our philanthropic mission to impact at least 50,000 people per year. And today's guest is Jennie Bellinger. Jennie!
Hey, how are you, Thomas?
I'm well. It's good to have you.
Glad to be
So,
here.
Jennie Bellinger is a certified professional coach and the host of the Badass Direct Sales Mastery podcast. She works with badass direct sales moms to move from making $100 per month to reaching the top 1% of the organization. An entrepreneur since 2010, she understands the desire to contribute to your family's future and be present with them in the here and now, and how difficult balancing those two priorities can be. So Jennie has learned the hard way while building two separate businesses, raising two children, and navigating a divorce to fulfill that needs to contribute, to be there for her children. Jennie, how are you doing?
I am doing great today. It is a gorgeous day, although really, really hot where I am in the country. So
Got you. So right now I need some water. I'm over here choking up right now.
I totally get it. It's that time of year, man.
Let me get some water. But yeah, so it's definitely good having you. And I also know that you are known as the direct sales dom.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get that name?
Well, it comes from the fact that the podcast is called Badass Direct Sales Mastery. So if you look at the acronym is BDSM. And so I help women whip their business into shape. So it all came together. The whole theme on the podcast is very tongue in cheek. We do keep the podcast a little edgy from time to time, but that's just to make it a little bit fun, because sometimes sales can be a little scary. So I help people get comfortable with that, because I'm like, let's get them uncomfortable around the sexy aspect of all of this. That way sales seems safe.
Got it. Got you. But you have your own unique flavor to it, which is good, which is great right there. Something different, something unique. So let's dive right into this interview. So tell us a little bit more about yourself, right? The 2-minute version.
Oh, the 2-minute version. So, like I said in my bio, I've been an entrepreneur since 2010. Before that, I was a middle school science teacher.
Oh, wow.
And I know, right? Like total changeover. But that happened because of I wanted to be home with my kids. So I took some time off thinking, oh, it's education. I can go back anytime, right? But unfortunately, the recession of 2008 through 2012 made it very difficult for schools to hire during that time period, which means when I was ready to go back to work, schools were did not have the budget to afford me at that point in time. So they were hiring brand new college students right out of school because they could afford that much lower paycheck for those people. So I took it as a sign from the universe and decided, okay, well, if not teaching, then what? Where am I supposed to go? And that's when my direct sales business literally showed up in my mailbox as an invitation to attend. I went out, went to the event, fell in love with the company. Was a jewelry company. Fell in love with the jewelry. Fell in love with the people who were building this organization here in the St. Louis area, and decided, well, let's give it a go, because the universe, when I asked, if not teaching, then what? The universe said, here, have this thing. And so who am I to fight with the universe? So I did it. And within 6 months had promoted, and then just a couple short months later, double promoted.
Oh, wow.
And it was off to the races from there. So during my time with my company, I was ranked internationally #1 for group recruiting, group sponsoring, and also #3 for group sales. So what that taught me was I know how to teach people how to sponsor and sell. And those are two two major things that you need to do to be successful in direct sales. So word started spreading. People started asking for more help. I was hard pressed to say no, but as soon as the word started spreading outside of my company and going into other companies, I realized, okay, apparently my next journey is to be a network marketing and direct sales coach. And so that's the direction I've gone now. I've stepped back from my direct sales business because I know I cannot ride two horses at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I have stuck with my direct sales coaching now and have been with my company, which is Level Up Coaching. It's my own company. I own it. I started it since 2017.
Wow, that's pretty impressive right there. It seemed like you found your calling, and you're living in your calling, which is amazing, because once you're in that place, that truth, you tend to just flow, right? You tend to just flow, opposed to going against going against the waves, right? So you're literally just flowing right now, and that's amazing right there. So I know you mentioned there was a demand, and you dove from becoming a teacher to becoming a coach. But how was it the transition though? These are two different things. You were a teacher for a few years, now you're a coach. What has been the in between, right? The gray area, right? The transition period.
Oh, well, the transition was really the direct sales business. I mean, that helped me become the human being that I am today, because one thing that a lot of people don't recognize or even know about a direct sales or network marketing company is it really is all about personal development, because the more you learn, the more you earn. And, that's true somewhat in corporate, but you have zero control over whether you get promoted or not. Whereas when you're in your own company, as long as you know what the requirements are to make the next rank, then you can work on that, right? So the more you learn, the more you earn. So that fit really well with my educational background, because I don't just like teaching, I love learning, right? And I also get to still educate many, many people. I mean, through podcasts, through summit appearances, through my own training and workshops and webinars, I still get to educate. So I still have that heart of me that is being fulfilled through the coaching. But it's just, instead of teaching 36th graders, I now have anywhere from a private client that I'm working with one-on-one all the way up to probably 30 or 40 people in a team training at any given time.
Wow, that's great right there. I have this saying, the saying goes, if knowledge is key, then action is the catalyst that turns the key, right? So it sounds like you're really living your truth when it comes to, okay, you're educating yourself, but at the same time, you're applying what you've learned, right? Because teaching is the best way to continue learning. So you're doing all the right things. Awesome.
Well, thanks.
So who do you coach though?
Well, I call my tribe Rockstar Direct Sales Moms. So,
all moms.
So I work a lot with moms, which is not terribly surprising, right? If you really think about who gets into network marketing and direct sales, it is 76% of the industry are women. It's just the nature of the business. Does that mean that I don't work with dads? No, of course, if there's a dad who's in direct sales or network marketing and wants advancement and believes that I'm the coach that can help him get there, of course I'll work with him. It's just there happens to be more moms than dads in direct sales. So that's really who I love to work with. And direct sales and network marketing professionals make up approximately 85% of my clientele. The remaining 15% are creatives, creative professionals. So people who have a passion for what they do and don't always love the business part of it, which if you really think about it, that sounds a lot like a network marketer, somebody who has a passion for the product, but still needs to learn how to run the business side of it, right?
Yeah, I think that's most people problem, right? They normally dive into various direct sales marketing, and they're stuck. They're stuck with learning how to focus on the process because they don't know the how to. They're stuck with the product. So it seems like you provide them the tools needed to get to the next step.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Because, so many people, unfortunately, when they see their friend post on social media, hey guys, I'm super excited to share with you, I just started my business with, and then fill in the blank. And people know that that's a network marketing company or a direct sales company. They will sometimes, because they're behind their phone or a desktop screen, they'll roll their eyes. Oh, great. They're starting, here comes the sales pitch, right? And unfortunately, because so many of the people who get into direct sales and network marketing don't have a business or sales background, they do what they're taught to do, which unfortunately, some upline leaders don't always teach the best possible ways to connect with other people and to sell in a way that isn't spammy.
Yeah.
So it's really my mission to help people do this business right in a way that actually elevates how people think about network marketing rather than it being this, spammy as soon as you get a friend request from someone that you went to high school with, and then the first message they send you is, hey, I've got this amazing product, or hey, I've got this business opportunity I think you should look at, without even playing catch up. You haven't seen each other in 5, 10, 30 years, and yet here's the pitch, right?
Yeah.
And it's just not the way to do it. And so I'm working to actively change that.
Yeah, that approach right there gives direct sales a bad rep,
It does.
because I can't lie, I've blocked so many people that pitch me with that. Hey, how you doing? I haven't spoken to them in 10 years, and all of a sudden, hey, do you want to do some network marketing? I'm like, I don't even know what you've been up to over 10 years. You're just gonna pitch me this product,
right?
So,
And
so I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not building that relationship. They're not reconnecting. They're doing it focused on the outcome rather than focusing on the relationship, because that's really how you attract people in, is build the relationship and then let them go. So what are you up to? What are you doing? Oh, well, I'm running my own business right now. Oh, cool. What are you doing? How does that work? You let them start the conversation, right? Because when you go through that catch-up process, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to hit different if they're the ones who asked you rather than you're presenting the information. And don't verbally vomit all over them with it either, right? If you find that you're writing texting back a novel through Facebook Messenger to them, or LinkedIn Messenger, or wherever you happen to be, if you feel like you're texting a novel, you are saying way too much. Way too much.
Yes, indeed. So this is a perfect time to segue into the next question, right? What's your coaching styles? What's your direct coaching style? Because I've interviewed various coaches, and they all have their own style of coaching. And with the direct sales, you have been our first direct sale coach, right? So I'm curious about your coaching style.
Well, what I like to do is work with my clients, first of all, to figure out who they are. So I put them through an assessment that takes them through the DISC, values, and their attributes, which is how they perceive the world. So all 3 of those assessments come back, so that way I can take a look at who I am coaching, so I can provide them the best possible coaching and help them get results faster. Because back before I used to do that, it was this method of trial and error to see, okay, what if we try this? What if we try? Now I don't have to do that anymore. I just go, okay, based on who you are, according to this report, here's how we're going to go through this. And so I'll work with my clients on their sales mindset, verbiage, behaviors, their follow-up, sales mindset and verbiage, and behaviors that go along with that. And then also work with them on sponsoring. How do you sponsor the right people? How do you start those conversations in a way that isn't gross and icky and going to turn 1 million people off, because that does not help you. So working with them on that. And then, of course, working with them on their leadership as they grow their team, and working them through that process, so that way they become a leader that people want to follow. And then that's how you build an organization that really, truly creates that passive income that everybody really wants. And so I work with my clients to get to that point.
Okay. So initially, Are you making them take a personality test?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Awesome. So if someone was to look for a coach, right? What traits would you advise for them to look for?
Okay, first question I always ask any coach that approaches me is, who's your coach?
I like that.
Because if a coach is not being coached, run fast and run in the opposite direction from them, because that is somebody who does not believe in coaching. If they are not investing in themselves and investing in their own improvement, accountability, maybe, so at any given time, I'm typically working with 2, 3, or 4 coaches of my own in various aspects. So right now I have a health coach who's helping me with my health journey and drop my COVID-19. I have a podcasting coach who is helping me improve my podcasting. I have a referral marketing coach who is helping me with my building a network that works so that I can go get referrals on demand from people in my network. I have an Ohana coach who's helping me build community culture and literally help me become a better human being such that others want to work with me.
Wow.
So when talking to a coach, ask them who is their coach. Why are they coaching? What's the purpose, right? Why are they doing that? And ask them if they have any certifications, right? Because one of the double-edged swords about coaching is that it's not currently a regulated industry right now. Anybody can slap the name coach after their name. You don't have to be certified, which doesn't mean that people who aren't certified are bad coaches, right? Please don't think that means that I think those people are bad. What I do believe is that those who are certified have a better chance of having a specific process that they're following. They are gone through training, and often many times are going through continuing education. So I'm going through continuing education constantly to maintain my certification, just like any doctor, lawyer, educator would, in order to maintain their certification and licensure with the state or the country that they are in. So I think it's really important to just ask if they're certified. Why did they choose to get certified? And if somebody isn't certified, what's their reason, right? Because it doesn't, like I said, just because someone isn't certified, it doesn't mean they're a bad coach. You just should know why they've chosen not to go pursue that. And what, if not certification, what are they doing instead to up level their coaching skills? Because anyone who isn't up leveling their coaching skills, not the coach for someone who wants to transform themselves and their business and their life.
Woo! Those are great answers. Great answers right there. Wow. Everyone that's listening right now, take notes. Take notes. Take notes.
Thank you.
Definitely. So, storytelling time. Okay, I want you to tell me a 2 to 3 minute story of a transformation, right? A story where you help one of your clients to elevate, to get past a hurdle, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So this one's an easy story for me because it's one of the clients that I've had working with me the longest. She started with me when my coaching practice was brand spanking new. I think it was less than 6 months old. And so when she started, she had been in her own network marketing business for about a year. She had just gotten her very first recruit, and she was ready to start taking her business full time and being really full time. And she and I have worked together on and off now for about 3.5 years. We're almost to the 4-year mark. And in that time, she's gone from, so in my bio, it says I work with people, taking them from $100 a month to being the top 1% of their company. Yes. She's the first person I did that with. Oh, wow. When she started with me, she was literally only making $100 a month with her network marketing business, and she wanted to do more. So we started working together, and within 60 days, she had doubled her income. Within 90 days, she had tripled her income from when she started. And she is now approaching and will be earning her car bonus with her company probably in the next couple of months, because she has chosen to grow her team and her business organically, slowly, steady, at a stable pace, so that she doesn't burn herself out. And so in doing that, she has a very consistent business where she is now doing 4 figures. And once she gets to the earning the car level, she will be approaching a 5-figure monthly income.
Nice. That's awesome right there. Okay. And you got up from earning $100 per month to top 1%. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And she's just the first one I've done it with. There have been quite a few others that I've had the same work with, and I've been able to do it faster with them because they choose to be to work a little bit. They're more like the hare. And my first client is more like the tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race, right? So yeah, we definitely have that opportunity. But in all of that, what she will tell people, and she has told people this in conversations when she has referred others to me, it's not just the business transformation, it's been her own personal transformation. Because of our work that we've done together, she's become a better communicator, and her relationship with her spouse has improved. Her relationship with her children has improved. She feels like she's a better wife and a better mother, in addition to becoming a better businesswoman.
So a full transformation.
Absolutely.
There you go.
When I look at who she was when we started together and who she is now, she went from being a very pretty caterpillar to now she is in full on butterfly mode.
Metamorphosis. There we go.
Yes.
Awesome. So I have a question. I know with network marketing and direct sales marketing, it's more of it's personal, right? But with the current technology we have right now, right? With the current, the various marketing strategies, have you implemented any of these strategies into your coaching, or do you tend to stay away from that? Like, are you using any type of paid ads or any type of like webinar? Like, have you implemented any of these strategies? I'm just curious because something I don't know about, so I'm just curious.
Yeah. So I do a majority of my business growth through referrals. Like I mentioned, I do have a referral marketing coach who is helping me build a network. And because when it comes to coaching, very, 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 very few people go to Google and search for a direct sales coach or a network marketing coach, right? They don't even know that exists, right? So I'm already working against the fact that people it doesn't occur to them that I could be out there ready and waiting to help them. So I do that through a lot of referral marketing. So I'm part of a BNI network, meaning I've got 280,000 referral partners worldwide. At this point, I'm actively working with about 100 of them.
Nice.
So I do that. But in terms of the digital, I do offer webinars, and I do offer, of course, I have the podcast, which is a digital way of letting people know that I exist as well. So I do actually have a webinar coming up on August 10th, which is the 4 keys to unlock direct sales success. It's totally free. And people can find that by going to badassdirectsalesmastery.com/keys. Again, that's badassdirectsalesmastery.com/keys if they would like to register.
There you go. So next question I want to dive into. With everything you're doing right now, right? What drives you? What's pushing you forward? What's that fire underneath your belly? What drives you?
For me, it's my company mission, which is to have a positive impact on the lives, businesses, and families of 100,000 direct sales moms. Okay. So, my plan is to do that through podcasting, through coaching, through team trainings, right? So anytime I do a team training for a high level leader who's got 50 to 100 to, I mean, the largest group that I've trained at this point had about 58 people on the Zoom, but then there were apparently another 150 people on the team who didn't make it, but watched the replay.
Okay.
So, I've trained approximately 200 people on one team at one time, but for the most part, I'm working with groups in ranges of about 20 to 30 at a time, and my goal is to ultimately get to the point where I'm speaking at direct sales conventions, so that way I can have that positive impact on 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 women at one time. Is really my goal, is to really be able to help ladies that way.
And at the rate you're moving right now, you sure will get there soon, right? Listen, you're moving.
Yeah.
So
from your lips to
pushing.
God's ears, from your lips to the universe's inbox, whatever you want to call it. Yes, please.
There we go. So I know you just mentioned your upcoming webinar, right? Are there any other projects you're working on you'd like to share with us as well?
Ooh, well, I've got a couple, actually. I've got a book that is being released actually this weekend. It's called Be a Success Maverick, Volume 3, which is people can access that. If you just go to my website, badassdirectsalesmastery.com, I've got a link directly to the book there if people want to access a book, if they're more of a reader. But then I also am having my second virtual summit happening in September. So it's called the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Summit.
Nice.
And so back in March, we had Jack Canfield. In September, I am currently in talks with two different really big names in the world of network marketing who have both authored international bestsellers in the network marketing world to be the keynote speaker, the featured speaker for the one in September. So go sign up at badassdirectsalesmastery.com/summit. And so as soon as that keynote speaker is contracted, then we will make that announcement to those who've already signed up.
So these are two big names. I think I have an idea. Is it starts with an R?
One of them starts with an R. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. One of them starts with an R. The other one starts with a J. So fingers crossed. We'll hopefully be getting not just one big name. Jack Canfield. That's
a big name though.
Let me tell you, I felt like a 6-year-old who was getting to talk to Santa Claus. I was so excited to talk to him.
There we go. But that's awesome, though. I'm glad you're really touching elbows with these mammoth of characters, I should say.
Well, I learned the trick from Jack Canfield himself, from his book, The Success Principles. In that success principle, I think it's number 17, is ask. Just ask, right? That's so cool. I thought, well, if he's the one who taught it to me, I should ask him to be on my first summit, because you know what? The worst he can say is no.
You're absolutely right.
And he said yes.
And the thing is, there's so many people who are afraid to ask because they are petrified of the maybe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And half of it is half. My 50% might be a yes, or 50% might be a no. You have to take the risk. You have to jump.
Yeah, well, and what's truly interesting about the Jack Canfield story is initially he said no, because when I was originally going to do the summit, he was like, "Hey, sorry, I'm not available those 3 days. I'm already booked for another event."
Okay.
And so I said, "Okay, well, how about if we do a pre-recording? Would you be available to do a 30-minute recording, and then I can play it live on the summit?" And he went, "Okay, let's do it."
There you go. But you know what? You were persistent. You didn't give up. You did not give up. So that's a testimony to your your personality, right? And your power, the power of grit, the power of will. You're badass. You're badass.
Yeah, like I said, if you're gonna have a podcast and a summit and a book and all these things that are like in the world of badass, you better step up and be one.
There you go. So Jennie, one more time, all right? Because I want to make sure everyone gets the opportunity to reach out to you. So I want you to state your website one more time, and also your social media handles.
Absolutely. So my website is badassdirectsalesmastery.com. And that's where you can access the webinar, which is /keys, the summit, which is /summit. So badassdirectsalesmastery.com. And then my social media handle, well, I'm Jennie Bellinger. So what you see on the screen, right? Oh, where'd my hand go? There we go. Right there. That spelling is how you can find me on social media. That I'm the only one who's an IE. I've got my purple hair in my profile, so you can see, it's me. No question.
There you go. So for those of our guests that are listening right now, those of our viewers and listeners, do you mind actually pronouncing your proper spelling of your name, like Jennie Bellinger?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So my social media handles are Jennie Bellinger, and that's JENNIE, Jennie, JENNIE Bellinger, BELLINGER. And you can find me that way.
There you go. Awesome. So Jennie, thank you for coming on today's episode. I love your grit. I love your personality. I love your purple hair and your jewelry.
Thank you.
So continue to be you. Continue to shine bright, because I love everything you're doing. And last but not least, how may I serve you?
Oh, well, at this point, just by having me here has been a huge help, Jonathan. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. And for all our guests, thank you once again for lending us your ears and your eyeballs. And make sure to tune in to next week's episode. And stay true to yourself, and much love. Cheers.